Hi, hello Lalit. How are you?
Yeah, I've been doing great. Is everything fine from my end? Am I
Yeah,
visible?
yeah, you are
My
visible.
camera, video, audio.
Everything is perfect. And
Let me
welcome
clean
back.
this camera.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, I'm
okay.
really ecstatic that again I have got this amazing opportunity
Yeah,
to have words with you.
yeah, I was also
Yeah.
excited. So how are you?
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing great and I have been just relishing my life. How about you? Well, how you
Yeah,
have been
I'm
doing?
I'm also fine and I'm also feeling great to talk to you again. And
Okay,
yes,
that's
life is
great.
also treating me in a better way. So that's all.
Okay,
So
that's great. Good to know.
I I don't think that we need our introduction again. And if you want, then we can do it for formality for our video. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. If somebody is going to jump onto this video and that
Hmm.
is going to watch this video for the first time, that time it is quite indispensable.
Okay, so
Right.
for our
Okay,
audience, so
without
we can do our introduction.
okay, so let me break the ice on my introduction first.
Yeah.
So this side, Lalit, I come all the way from Uttar Pradesh. It's been around like 7+ years to me. I have been consecutively working in private organizations, and apart from that, it's been around 2+ years to me into this language. I have been incessantly working on my communication. Yeah, that's all about me. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's really amazing to hear about you. And as for my introduction, as you know, my name is Rashi Khandelwal. I belongs from Rajasthan and I am a homemaker. Nowadays, I have a YouTube channel to name Learn English with Rashi. So yeah, from the starting of 2025, I am into this language for spoken especially. So that's all about me. So
That's great to know about you.
hmm, I think I actually fix a topic. Should I consider about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Go on with the topic. I really
Okay.
love to like have words with the people on topic or
Uh,
on any particular thing. I'm
okay.
literally enthusiastic to learn many more things while having words with the people.
So can we discuss on the healthy habits for a positive lifestyle? What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
topic actually. Wh- And now these days we need actually to discuss on this particular thing.
actually, yes. Yeah, this is the, a very important thing which we
Mm,
actually forget.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
what are the habits you want to mention a person should incorporate in our life to have a positive lifestyle?
So I would like to request you. Would you please reiterate the exact topic? Healthy habits.
Yeah, healthy habits not only for physical but for a
Mm-hmm.
mindset, for our all over the approach, you know?
Yeah, I'm getting your point. I'm getting your point.
Mm.
Okay, so as per my ideology, I would definitely like to speak out on this particular thing.
Hmm.
So now these days, we are lagging in one thing. What we are lagging in, so we are lagging in to make ourselves socialize. So whenever we are talking to somebody, whenever we are having like get together with somebody, at that moment of time, including me as well, even if I'm like deterring myself that I shouldn't do this particular thing, but it happens ultimately.
Hmm.
So what happens out there when I'm talking to somebody, it feels like that I'm taking out some leverage from that person,
Hmm.
right? So, but now these days I have comprehended this thing because I have broadened my horizon completely regarding this
Hmm.
particular thing. That if I'm talking to somebody, if I'm like having a meeting to somebody, at that moment of time, I don't need to exploit that person.
Hmm.
Categorically, I'm mentioning it. Now these days, people are into the exploitation a lot.
Hmm. Yeah,
What's your
definitely.
call on this? Yeah,
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 I am feeling very resonate with you. Sometimes this happens, we don't feel that whatever we are doing, whatever we are saying, our words, sometimes it can hurt someone, the way by which we are expressing our thoughts. For words, we say is that we are just cracking jokes and we are just making jokes on someone else, but there is a limit for everything. So it happens and
exactly.
casually turns for exploitation. At least some people I have seen, they do this for by intention, but someone, and there are a lot of persons who does not have that idea that they are doing it but they don't have any idea of it, because there is no limit of words, there is no limit of, expressions, how you are doing this thing, and someone is not feeling comfortable, and this is very very wrong, if someone has.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. And some other.
Yeah, and as you mentioned about as you mentioned about this particular thing, that whenever we are meeting to somebody at that moment of time, we need to be careful. We need to be
Yeah.
vigilant. What all kind of words we are utilizing while having words with
Yeah,
them. Actually, if
definitely.
we literally want to build a relation, if we literally want to build a relation in such a spectacular manner, at that moment of time, we need to care about the emotions. We need to care about the words, and we need to care about the mindset as well. There
Yeah.
are many more things which we need to care, but
Hmm.
these are the quite indispensable thing which we need to care actually.
Yeah.
And whenever I talk to personally, when I talk to somebody, I always feel like that I should learn from that person, like tons of things out there. And like, when you are articulating yourself in front of somebody at that moment of time, if the person is not able to recognize you next time, so what's the purpose of having tons of qualities in you?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? All the people, they want that people should recognize me.
Hmm.
And how the people are going to recognize us? When we are having those personality traits in
Hmm.
ourselves
Hmm.
actually. And people are pondering about this thing, that I'll be recognized by somebody if I'm pulling the leg of that person. Right?
Yeah,
If I am like, if
definitely.
somebody is speaking wrong in this language, if I'm
Hmm.
knocking to that person that you have made a mistake, then he's going to recognize me. Yes.
What I feel about this is that if someone is doing any mistake in front of, in between any conversation or while doing these kind of video calls,
Hmm.
yeah, we can notice. But what we have to do is, at the last of the conversation, we can just share that, but with a humble gesture. We don't have to show off that we
Hmm.
are more intelligent than someone else, because the gestures, the emotions, whatever we have for someone, because I am very sure that someone will be there who is more intelligent to that person, who feels that he is that more intelligent at now. So everything has limit, and our words, we have to keep this in our mind, that whatever we are saying, maybe it is for a maybe it is for a good purpose, for a good purpose. Maybe we think that if I will make this, and if I will highlight this mistake of that person, then he or she can correct them again. But how we are highlighting that point, and how we are saying this is the big thing, how we are handling all those kind of situations. Our words play a vital role in, and they, in Hindi we says ki वाणी में ही सब कुछ होता है. So yeah, words have power,
Really.
and yes, with emotions, with our gestures, how we are making all these things, so it is very important.
Yes, exactly. Completely on board with you. And one more thing is there, as you mentioned about this particular thing, that when we are caring about the others' emotions, at that moment of time, we don't need to put our body and soul to adjust ourselves, actually.
Hmm.
If the person is quite great personality for me, so I'm definitely gonna take care of that particular person,
Yeah.
right? If I talk about my mother, so like if I'm handling my mother at that moment of time, it is obvious that I'm
Hmm.
gonna be soft out there,
Hmm.
right? And if I'm talking to the person, those were unacquaintance of mine, and at that moment of time, I'm treating that, I'm like contemplating about this thing, that this is the first time I have met to this person, and in my whole life I have nothing to do with that person. So at
Yeah.
that moment of time, what actually people do in that situation, people treat that person like, like anything, like they use abusive languages, they use
Hmm.
some vague words as well, those were not like imperative in the conversations,
Hmm.
and they disrespect somebody,
Hmm.
and they dishearten somebody itself, right? I have personally witnessed this particular thing. Like, if I know this thing, that I'm going to the office every day, I need to meet my colleagues, and I need to meet my manager every day, so at that moment of time, I'll always exert to build a great relation with them.
Yeah.
But if I know that I only need to go to office to attend the interview, at that moment of time, I'm not going to deal with that person like in a great manner. Apart from the HR, like if somebody is talking to me, and if like like if I'm traveling by auto, so I'm talking to the auto driver in a bad manner. That is completely not a great and positive uh, traits of a personality, I would say.
Yeah, I feel the same because everybody has respect, everybody has his or her dignity, and we should respect that. I believe in universe, and I feel that how much respect we feel for someone, then we will also get that in the same ratio, maybe
Exactly.
double, triple. But as a girl, especially, I want to mention that sometimes we also feel while also having these kind of conversations, people think that you can say anything. But at least we, yeah, you have to keep this in mind that we are doing this as a professional work. This is not like we are cracking
Exactly.
jokes and we are learning this language. So be there and keep this in your mind, please. Because
Yes,
you
yes.
know
Yeah, it is.
with boys this is a
Mm,
don't mind my words, but with boys they think that if they are talking with a girl then they can say anything and they can do flirting, they can use any other word which is not very good and which we don't want to use publicly. So this is not the right way to treat someone. If you are a human and you
exactly,
want
yeah.
respect from someone, then think that if you are talking with a person, so she also has a power, she can also use abusive words, but she is not using because of her principles only.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we are not supposed to utilize such kind of things in our day-to-day
Hmm.
conversations, in our professional conversation, in our general conversation as well. Like if I'm talking to my family members, so I cannot use
Hmm.
any bad word out there.
Yeah.
So I should consider, like here I'm getting co-learners. So here I'm not supposed to talk to anybody which is like not, which should not be there in the conversation, which should not be there in my mind as well.
Hmm.
So we should definitely install ourselves that whenever we are talking to somebody at that moment of time, we need to maintain the decorum out there. we
Yeah.
need to have we need to have a tranquilized conversation with that person, right?
Yeah.
So this is our certain responsibility, this is mine certain responsibility. If a person is talking to me, that should feel comfortable, that should
Hmm.
unfold herself or himself in such a
Hmm.
stupendous manner,
Yeah.
right? So if we are caring about this particular thing, that this person is also being too much vigilant at these particular things, so at that moment of time we are also supposed to assist that person.
Hmm.
And if we are today, if we are endeavoring to do this particular thing, so this is gonna be in our habit, and one day we will be in the propensity of doing this particular thing. So
Yeah.
I, like if I talk about me, I was not that much professional that I have become right now.
Hmm.
So I was like, I am from like countryside,
Hmm.
and here the people are not talking even in Hindi properly.
Hmm.
So when I utilize couple of professional things in my conversation, so how I learned actually, I learned from your kind of people, right?
Yeah.
With whom I have been having
Hmm.
words for a long period of time, and I have been deploying tons of things in my real time itself, real
Hmm.
time life itself. So these things have been assisting me to grow myself by leaps and bounds and to make myself a maturatic person out there.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, when we have this kind of thought in our mind that we can learn from someone and we should present ourselves like this, that someone can have a conversation again. If I send you any request and if I make my image like that you don't want to talk with me, then why you will accept my request? And this is not only for professional work, this is a approach for our personal life also. In this way we can make our relationship with anyone happier, healthy relationship we can have in our families too, and with at our professional works also. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
continue.
Yeah, one more thing is there. I would like to mention here that uh, as we are talking about the healthy habits in
Hmm.
ourselves, so whenever we are having conversation with somebody, at that moment of time, we need to take care of the dressing sense as well. What kind of dress we are putting on. So these are the things, and like if we are laying down that time, we shouldn't have any words with anybody, right? Because if we are laying down and we are just feeling sluggish out there, so how will be able to have active conversation with
Yeah,
somebody? So this
definitely.
is our certain responsibility. Whenever we are having words with somebody, we need to be active out there,
Hmm.
and we need to listen to that person, right?
Yeah,
At that moment of
definitely.
time will definitely be become more sagacious out there.
Yeah.
And It comes by practice, it comes by resilience. If we have all these things in our life, in our conscience, we'll definitely become more majestic person one or the other day.
Yeah, definitely. Nowadays, actually, it is going on social media. So anyone can say anything. Just pick up your phone and just open your camera and just you can shout anything. You can say anything on social media, and in this way, social media
Mm.
is now not people are not using it, consuming any quality content from there. You know, it is up to us how we have to be very selective about this social media, how which kind of content we are consuming, because there are very much content which as you are talking about, that people are saying abusive words, they are saying anything, any wrong words, and I don't want to use them. So yeah,
Hmm.
we have to be very smart, we have to be very clear in our mind that we don't have to follow these kind of content. So in because what I feel that whatever content we are consuming, whatever content we are watching now, whole day we are scrolling. Some are scrolling for 4 to 5 hours, some are scrolling for 1 to 2 hours, and some are only scrolling for time pass, not for more than an hour. But whatever content we are consuming, it affects us, because it has its vital role, it has its role in our life. Whatever we are using in our conversations, the words we are using, the way we are presenting ourselves, the lifestyle at least it affects our lifestyle also. Now the people are crazy for trends. That doesn't matter, you need that thing, you need those dresses, you need those all the things whatever trending on social media, Instagram, like, but people are still crazy, they will go, they will search, and they will purchase. I don't know you are also crazy for trends or not, but I feel that,
No, actually, yeah, absolutely, completely like on board with
I
you, and it
mean,
happens
we
actually.
are not making
Mm.
decisions by our own choices. These trends are controlling us
Mm.
nowadays, it is like that.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. A few days back, it happened that I was watching a couple of videos on Instagram, and I witnessed one thing out there that now these days, Jaisalmer is a place.
Hmm.
This is a touristic place that is like very famous now these days.
Yeah.
So when I was watching those reels out there, so I was having such kind of aspirations and ambitions that I should also go there. So
Yeah.
as you mentioned about this social media, we are following the trend. Right, couple of videos are there those who are making us that you should do something like this, and you are
Hmm.
actually not relishing your life. You are having tons of despondent in your life. You are considering yourself debilitated, that you are the person who is not financially stable, who is completely a pauper. You shouldn't, you can't go anywhere, you can't explore anything. So by utilizing couple of social media applications, nothing is happening right now. We are not growing ourselves because we
Hmm.
are not utilizing those applications in such a perfect manner.
Hmm. For
Earlier I was
educational
not aware about
purpose.
this thing that
Yeah.
how, yeah,
Yeah.
earlier actually I was not aware about this thing, that how to use social media applications. Right, but now these days I have become too much vigilant
Hmm.
at these particular things as well. How to use social media applications and where to devastate our time and where to work on ourselves actually.
Yeah.
It is okay to entertain ourselves,
Hmm.
because if we are not entertaining ourselves, nobody is going to come to us to
Yeah.
entertain ourselves, because people are there
Definitely.
to give
Hmm.
us some kind of hindrances, some
Hmm.
kind of fatalities out there. People are
Hmm.
not here to make us happy.
Hmm.
This is our certain responsibility that we need to make ourselves happy.
Yeah. Definitely. So yes, social media also become a part of our life. You know, without it, we feel very anxious. You know, if we don't have any Wi-Fi recharge for one day, still we will not do it for one day. We will recharge it hand to hand, you know, at that moment we will recharge it by UPI or anything. But if we don't have any net connection for one day, we feel what will happen. It is a terrible, you know, it is a terrible experience. We can't tolerate that
Yes,
thing.
yes, you're right.
But
Yeah, actually,
if you are choosing
um,
your content very mindfully, then you can win from there. So
absolutely right.
hmm,
Now these days, I've been chasing couple of channels on Instagram as well. Those who have been imparting couple of general sentences out there. You
hmm,
know, this is good for beginners. Those who are just kicking off their journey in this language, they should definitely subscribe couple of channels out there on social media applications. Those who have been imparting some great content out there.
yeah,
And if you are, yeah, if we are making ourselves that we need to be in the habit of utilizing couple of things like this, or watching couple of things those who are related to education itself, we are unvehemently working on ourselves and in
Hmm.
those particular situations, right?
Definitely.
And at that moment of time, even if we are just reading out any particular sentence out there, so we'll be able to recall that particular sentence, that if somebody is asking any question related to that particular thing, we'll be able to recall that, yeah, I read this particular thing out there, and now
Hmm.
I can definitely utilize this particular
Yeah.
thing. So now these days I also have been watching couple of podcasts where they are utilizing couple of topics for the discussions.
Hmm.
These are the general topics they are discussing about. So whenever we are having words with the people, whenever we are utilizing any social media applications, so we are just, if we are utilizing great content out there, so we'll be able to utilize that content for our
Hmm.
conversations as
Hmm.
well.
Definitely. This is the thing which I want to share when I was saying that the social media, whatever consume we are consuming, so it affects it. It shows in our lifestyle. So
Exactly,
another
yeah.
point which I want to ask from you is there, do you feel that it is also very risky when you use social media, and you have to be very mindful whatever you are uploading, not for only watching, whatever content you are also uploading on your accounts, on your pages nowadays, because this is also, scams are there, frauds are also there, blackmailing is also there. So what do you want to say on it?
Yeah, now these days, yesterday I was watching a podcast, and in that it was mentioned that now these days, by the introduction of artificial intelligence,
Hmm.
many more applications are there. Those who are creating videos, creating some images are
Pictures,
there.
yeah.
So, yeah, pictures are there, and there was some analogy as well in that picture, in that podcast itself. So
Hmm.
it was vindicating this particular thing that, yeah, by the introduction of artificial intelligence, people are being blackmailed actually, and
Hmm.
this is the beginning of this artificial intelligence. You should ponder about this thing, that after 50 years what is going to happen, right? This is
Definitely.
the beginning. In the yeah, at that moment of time, people don't need to go anywhere. They'll just roam around everywhere by utilizing couple of applications.
Yeah.
So by the social media, or by these kind of applications, people can be blackmailed, and people can be abducted as well. So here we need to be mindful. I also exert to be mindful all the time whenever
Hmm.
I'm utilizing any social media application. And couple of people are there, those who are really inquisitive to click on the links. So
Hmm.
whenever they click on any particular link, they always feel like that I should jump into that
Hmm.
without giving it a second thought. They always feel like I should jump into that, and I should check out what is the next step in that. And in this particular thing, you must be witnessing couple of financial frauds are
Hmm.
there.
Scams are
Cybercrime,
also
I
there.
would say
Yeah. Cyber
cybercrime.
crime.
Yeah,
Hmm.
cyber. They are happening just because of this thing, that some of the people are there, those who are clicking on different accounts, different links, which are not related to their particular account. And
Yeah.
because of these particular things, they are being blackmailed, they are being made fraud actually.
Actually, if we are aware about it, this is also a part of healthy lifestyle. Then we don't have this much burden on our mind that we have to be conscious about this. We have, because this happens with our parents, with our grandparents. Those, they are not very much aware about how to use mobile phones, how to use internet. If they will, if any call will come on, if they got any call, receive any call, and then that they have to, they have to click on a link, then they will not think for a
Mhm.
moment. They will just click, and then you know what will happen. Maybe your account will be.
And now these days, like mobiles and internet, like these are pervasive, these are ubiquitous now these days.
Yes,
So everybody is
nowadays.
using, whether it
Yeah.
is like whether it is driver or anybody, like I'm not saying that they shouldn't utilize, they should absolutely utilize out there. But here we need to be mindful, whatever the habits we are developing or cultivating in ourselves, we are cultivating just because of usage of those kind of stuff. Here
Yeah.
we are witnessing new this. here we on social media applications we are witnessing some news as well. So
Yeah,
by hearing
definitely.
some news, there
Hmm.
are some fraud news as well on social media applications. When we get to know them, we become endorsement of we are considering ourselves endorsement of the any government.
Hmm.
Why just watching couple of social media applications, right? If somebody is confronting the BJP, if somebody is confronting the Congress, so we will
Hmm.
feel like this party is doing something wrong.
Hmm.
This party, if somebody is representing the data out there, like I have consolidated the data of 10 years, last 10 years. Like let's suppose I should talk about like Delhi.
Hmm.
So there was a party, Aam Aadmi Party. So now these days, what is being done? Some of the people are there. Those who are the pending, those who are the pending of the BJP. What they are doing? They are consolidating the data from the AAP governments, and they
Hmm.
are representing that data. That this was done by the AAP government actually. So it is, and those who are the those who are the people, those who are supporting to the AAP government, they're also contemplating about this thing. Yeah, it must have been done by the AAP government, and now they are into the opposition of that government.
It happens, you know,
Yes.
it is actually, this is politics, and there is no,
Hmm.
there is no space for reality. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
you can't feel that faith, you can't believe on anyone in politics, which is, this is my personal opinion. I don't feel that some you will agree or not, but I feel this kind of politics. And there is a line that politics is a dirty game, so I feel that it is a dirty game.
Exactly. I don't actually indulge myself in
Yeah.
such things. I
Yeah,
always
definitely.
utilize my mindfulness, my judiciousness whenever I'm giving my vote to somebody,
Yeah.
and we have nothing
I
to do with them actually.
I
We
never
are the
see.
person we have to.
I never watch any
Yeah,
news related to politics, which leader is going, which leader is visiting this place.
yeah, yeah,
What we
yeah.
have to do, we just need development. If these people, these guys do development, then we will really like them. What we have, we don't have
Exactly.
any personal
What we are
reasons.
what we are doing actually in India now these days, we are just chasing this English language. We are being an Indian. It is mandatory for us now these days. When it comes to grab the job and all. So if something is being done by the government, so it should be cultivated like this. That we are in India. Here we are compulsory to speak this Hindi language itself. People can do wonder in that. But
Hmm.
here now we are coercing ourselves that we have to speak this English language itself, right?
Um.
Even
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Even the organizations are there. Those who are hiring for those people only. Those who can speak this English language perfectly,
Yeah.
right? So here we are just boxed into speaking out this language, right? So
Um.
there are no any such particular rules which can indicate this particular thing, which can actually evade ourselves from the from the English language and all. And I was also boxed into working on my communication. Otherwise I literally didn't want to work on my communication at all, but now these days I feel like that I should definitely work on, otherwise I'll not be able to grow in my professional career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Here I feels that I don't feel resonate with you, because for me English is not because of the compulsion we have in market for our
Mm.
career growth. English is a language for me, and you know, by this language you can share your thoughts with a person who don't know any other language. As you mentioned that in your local area you will have your local language. In my area I also
Exactly.
have my local language. So there is a medium, you know, if we can see English for from a for a positive mindset, you can say that yeah, at professional places it is mandatory. People are not doing their what we can call that word, leave that. Those who know English, they are very 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 much ahead from those who are more talented but don't know English, because they also, companies also have the reason, because if they are for their businesses they have to, agar they have to broad their businesses, so they have to what I can say, I am not getting the word properly so I am not able to
Okay.
make my sentence
Okay,
deliberate.
let me articulate something on this.
Yeah, yeah.
So now these days, what? what other things are being done in the companies. So they are dealing with the
Abroad
foreign
sites,
countries.
yes, that is the
Yeah,
main reason.
yeah,
That's why they need people who know English very well. If now at this level, if I will join Big Four, then how I will maintain myself? So there, this is a
exactly.
prerequisites that you have to be fluent in English. And for
But
market,
here,
for yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
In India earlier it was not like quite prevalent that you have to speak this language, and people were not aware about this particular thing that to get the job it is mandatory and it is quite imperative to have a great command over communication. Ever since I got to know this thing, I immediately took some actions towards that particular thing, and since then I've been just incessantly working on such things so that whenever I'm getting any phenomenal opportunity in my
Hmm.
career growth, I'll be able to elicit that
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
definitely. And communication skill is a different thing. In English is a different thing, but the communication skill
Hmm.
is all about how you articulate your words, how you present yourself, how you share your thoughts with someone, so that by hearing yourself, that you can make that person that he or she can believe on you. So this is what I think is a communication skill properly, and we are just trying to master it in English language. So this is a different thing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I think that I feel that every person should have command on communication skill. Doesn't matter he or she knows English or not, because in this way he or she can do something in his life in his own language. If he or she is don't have that feel for English, so the communication skills are totally different.
Completely on board with you. But here I would like to mention one point.
Hmm.
So earlier I also had these kind of contemplations that both the things, I used to consider both the things like separate. The
Hmm.
communication is different, the English communication or English speaking is different.
Hmm.
But here, as per my ideology, this is my personal overview about this particular thing. So, so now these days I have been considering both the things like single thing.
Hmm.
Why? Because when it comes to communication,
Hmm.
so here you are already great at your vernacular. Like if I'm speaking Hindi, so I'm already great at that particular thing.
Hmm.
But here I need to be judicious out there. I need to broaden my horizon.
Hmm.
So when it comes to speaking English, you are utilizing your communication, you are having words with somebody, you are articulating yourself in the better words, and so I just consider both the things similar.
Hmm.
So if somebody is talking to me and if somebody is talking to me asking couple of questions on the communication, I'll talk about the spoken English. If
Hmm.
somebody is coming to me, he is asking or she is asking to me any question on speaking English, then obvious I'm going to talk about speaking English itself. So I consider both the things similar. Since my beginning, I was not considering these things like single thing. Somebody corrected me in that moment of time, but here I have comprehended this thing that you don't need to consider both the things separate or individual. You should consider both the things. Like I am talking about myself, I
Hmm.
should consider both the things in like combined, and I should work on the combined thing itself.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is what I feel. It can be, depend on a person's personal growth. In which field you are, what you want to see for your growth, your future. For you, for me, we are just making our career, and we are trying, and we want to explore more things. That's why. But but for me, what I want to say, there are such kind of people still we have. They don't know English, but still they have that talent,
Hmm.
and they can make you feel that they are more intelligent with their Hindi language or with their
Exactly.
personal
Yeah,
language.
exactly.
So that is the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is the difference which I want to mention. So
Okay,
spoken
okay. One
English.
more last question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
One more last question I would like to ask to you.
Hmm.
So, if you get any phenomenal opportunity in your life to work on any particular habit, healthy habit I'm talking
Hmm.
about, so which habit you would like to cultivate in your personality, in which you are finding that you have some kind of viscosities, you have some kind of shortcomings. So,
Hmm.
which habit you would like to cultivate in yourself?
First thing with which I want to deal is procrastination. Sometimes I do, and
Okay.
it I feel very guilty at the end of the day. So first thing is, and the second thing is which I am following is still, it is writing gratitude. I write gratitude daily. So this is a
Okay.
positive approach for me. when I write, and then I have some list that these things I have in my life, so I feel more positive. So these two habits, one is for dealing, I have to deal with it, and the second one I am still following, and I want to follow it from the last of my life. So
Okay,
what
so
will
when
you
did
okay, yeah.
you realize this thing that you have been doing some procrastination in the things? When did you realize this thing for the first time?
Okay. At the time of preparation, when I was doing preparation for banking examinations before marriage,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
but procrastination, I feel that it is your lifestyle. When you set your priorities, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it is okay, but when you do it at larger scale, then you have to deal with it. So at that time, I
exactly.
feel, yeah. But after marriage, again, I feel that I am still starting doing procrastinations. Sometimes I don't want
Yeah,
to
it
make
happens.
videos, so
You know,
I
it
want to deal with
happens
it.
when we have, yeah, it happens when we have abundance of words in our queue actually. You
Yeah.
know, when our bucket is completely filled with the work, at that
Hmm.
moment of time, at that moment of time, we literally want to conquer all these work, but nothing is in our hand. We can't
Yeah.
achieve each and every single task. So in that
Yes.
moment of time, we have to. It must be happening with you as well. You want to work on all the tasks,
Yeah.
but you are not competent to work on all
Hmm.
these because
Hmm.
some tasks are there which are
Yeah,
less
definitely.
imperative for you. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
for this, what I have started is, I started to make to-do list. When then I
Okay,
have clarity in my mind that I have to do this, and after then I realized that some of the tasks were useless. I don't have to do that. They don't have any important role in my life. So
exactly. Yeah.
in this way, I use this trick, and yeah, this is very useful for me. When I have this clarity, then I follow my routine, and then
Actually, yeah,
yes.
actually, we should definitely ponder about these particular things, what we are doing,
Hmm.
how we are doing, and how we can refine them. Actually,
Yeah.
if we are apt to do these particular things, so we'll be able to execute tons of ideas out there, and by execution of ideas in our day-to-day life, will become a stupendous personality one or the other day.
Definitely. So, what habit you will choose? You want to incorporate yourself, or you are still following? Do you want to mention?
Yes, yeah, I will definitely like to mention it here. So here now these days, what has been happening? Uh, like if somebody is giving me any kind of despondent, any kind of botherations, as I mentioned in between the conversation, that
Hmm.
people are there, those who are just giving us some kind of hindrances, those
Hmm.
who are giving us some kind of problems are there. So
Hmm.
I literally want to tackle with them in such a manner that people are going to coerce their self that he is the person, he doesn't have any impact on himself,
Hmm.
even if we are incessantly bothering him,
Hmm.
right? So I want to make that particular person, so that whenever somebody is giving me any kind of despondent, any kind of misery out there, at that moment of time, instead of indulging myself in the contemplation of that particular thought,
Hmm.
I should bring out myself from that, and I should take couple of actions to eradicate that problem from my life. And
Yeah.
I literally want to demolish that particular problem from my life within a second, but I am pretty much sure that this is not going to happen. But yeah, I'm trying my hard
So,
to
how
do
you
this
will deal?
particular thing.
How do you deal with that?
Now these days, how I have been dealing, like if I am able to witness this particular thing, that by making him or her understand or comprehend on any particular thing by the articulation of mind, the
Hmm.
person will be able to comprehend everything. That is fine, that is more
Hmm.
than enough for me.
Hmm.
I always endeavor to make him or her understand at least twice, thrice, or four times, or five times, but not more than that.
Hmm.
That time, there is a boss for every boss,
Hmm.
right? There is a colleague for every colleague.
Yeah.
There is a man for every man. There is a woman for every woman. So we just need to go to the next level to
Hmm.
find out the resolution, right?
Okay.
If we do not have that skill in ourselves that we can find out some solutions by ourselves, so at that moment of time we should go to those people, those who can actually handle it according to your ideology. That I'm the
Okay.
person, when I was not working on my communication, I was not aware about this thing. So I
Hmm.
was taking out some guidance from those people, those who were doing great in that language.
Hmm.
So in the same uh, in the same
Scenario.
like situation, yeah,
Hmm.
situation, I'm handling the things like this.
Okay, definitely. So how we
Yes.
react, this is in our control, because how people will treat with us and how they will react, this is out of our hand. So I will also say, just